directly we are in episode 3. So in episode 3, the opening scene, the opening, okay, the opening is Joe drawn his hand. Okay, Joe drawn his hand in the water. Drawn his hand and pick up a stone. Pick a stone and then stack it. Uh, Actually, this is a symbolic because if it's not necessary, so it shouldn't be exist in this story. So in this symbolic, because I have no idea, I got no clue about what the symbol of this, but I believe it has some meaning. And then he back, and then from he drawn his hand in the water back to the woods, back to the woods, where back to the woods where Ellie and Joel is stay the night, stay the night, stay the night in the woods, stay the night, and then stay the night, and then Ellie's dialogue, it has different, it has a few meanings. Yes, it has a few meanings, and then so the first meaning is from what I get from my analyze. So the first is Ellie is apologize about apologize. I guess it's about Tess. Apologize about Tess. It's apologize about Tess. And then the second is a little bit of emotional closeness. Little of emotional closeness. Little bit of emotional closeness. And then the last of Alice dialogue means Ellie asking that don't blame me for what isn't my fault. So the meaning of that dialogue is Ellie asking Joe to not blame her, not blame her, not blame her, not blame her, whether because it's fate or even it's because of Joel's choice. So don't blame me for what isn't my fault. Yes, this is the meaning of don't blame me for something isn't my fault. Fine, and then that's the this is the point of the woods when they are stay the night, and also the dialogue meanings. And then in the Cumberland journey, in the Cumberland journey, it's a dialogue. The dialogue meaning is, first of all, its basic info is who is Bill and Frank. Who is Bill and Frank? It's the first meaning, the point of the dialogue, and also the basic information. basic I'm kind of forgot about the basic info. Maybe the basic info is because you come here a lot. You come here a lot. Yeah, it's yeah. I used to, yeah, you know that. And then if I'm not mistaken, it said that yeah, what's up? What happened? What happened to your temple? Because it looks like kind of scratch. Oh, it's because of someone shoot me and I shoot him and it's miss. If I'm not mistaken. And basic info. Who is Bill and Frank, and then and also yes, there's a dialogue about Joel. I guess I just mentioned that the dialogue about Joel. Yes, I guess I just mentioned that. What happened? What happened to your temple? It looked like kind of scratch. Oh, so and there's someone shoot me. Oh, someone shoot you and then you shoot him back. Yes, are you hit him? No, it's missed. It's happened a lot more than you think. And then, asked Ellie asking about dude. It's just both of us. And the Joel said no. So the hidden meaning of this weapon is it's just not a weapon, but it means of trust. It means of trust. Joel is not trust Elliot. That's why Joel is not giving her a gun. All right, and then uh, uh, all right. There's a and then after that oh yeah, oh yeah. And then when they arrive in Cumberland, when they arrive in Cumberland Farm, not inside yet. When they arrive in Cumberland, before they arrive in Cumberland, Joel said that I'm going to stop for a while to get my stuff. It means that one of the characters of Joel, that Joel is always prepared, always prepared for the worst case scenario. Joel is always prepared. It's another of his characterization. And then planting information of Alice flashback when I'm a fan of this. There's a character named Melinda that will swallow you and she will vomit the bone left. Alright? This is Alice Pass in planting information. And then actually in the, let's say it's a basement, right? It's a basement that is killed by Ellie, right? Infected and killed by Ellie, but it has no meaning, I guess. So it's just, hey, actually this place you mentioned Joel, you you keep your stuff. It's not safe, I guess that's the meaning of this infected still exists. That's why he is on the basement and also stuck by the rubble. All right, and then another one. Ellie is asking for a weapon again, and Joel said that no, because of Joel are not trust Elliot. Yes, and that's all. Oh yeah. Uh, when they are in the when they are in the journey, in the no, no, not in the journey, but actually in the woods. The Alice dialogue, it means something. It means touch Joe trying to touch Joe. Indirectly, Ellie is trying to touch Joel by saying apologize something that about Tess. All right, and we're back in okay when they see uh, airplane crash airplane. An airplane crash, it means it means an emotional. The dialogue, it means emotional closeness. Another effort to emotional closeness. Have you ever flying with that? Yeah, a few times, but I have to sit in the first class, $12 for get a sandwich. Dude, you're lucky. I never flying with that thing. Yes, it's just uh they try no the airplane scene contribution is they start trying to open about one and another, trying to tell about a desire, wish, and something about also an experience. If you not, it's from this dialogue, it means another way you trying to approach someone, but to know someone exactly, really deep. It's like you want to know your best friend very well. All right, and then after after on the airplane scene, I hope that it still fits. I hope that it still fits. Okay, it's another pepper. When journey journey to bills journey to bills journey to bills after that at that airplane scene, it's a dialogue. The dialogue meaning is, first of all, first of all, how how the apocalypse happened, or how, yes, the apocalypse how the apocalypse happened, how the apocalypse happened, how the apocalypse happened. It all started when it's growing in daily ingredients, food, flour, sugar, pancake. So people keep consuming it every day, and it's get worse when they get sick, and even worse. And then yes, another one is also about because of the way of they talking, and also the way they walk, but side by side. It's not it's not representing that they were a stranger anymore. It's not like a smuggler to cargo, but it's like someone. But it's like someone who trying to know each other. So it's another one of emotional closeness. Emotional closeness. It's not by dialogue, but the emotional closeness is by staging of the actor and the actress. No, so and then the third one is also about more information of how the apocalypse, more more information more on information of the apocalypse, especially just for TV show, because in the game that focus just on the game, but because this is a TV show and Ellie is not born. No. Ellie is born when it's on apocalypse. So another of the dialogue is it means that Joel expand more of the information how it happens. Oh, I believe it's a monkey, right? I believe it's a monkey, but I'm not remember the whole dialogue because I'm not memorize the dialogue. I just make an analyze more information, and then no, I think this differences between game and adaptation is good because in the game we focus just on the game, but in this TV show, the dialogue of Joel and Ellie, it means that to inform the audience how the apocalypse was are actually happen, because when we are watching this is start at 2003, right, and then it's in the night, And then we jump to 20 years later, so the audience didn't know what exactly happened and how the apocalypse are happened. So the jolt of dialogue, it means more information to Ellie and also to the audience. And then 4 is how people how people are infected. How people are infected, I guess I have mentioned it. how people how people infected how people infected. And then the last one is on 23 December 23 December 2003. This is the start of the apocalypse. This is the first day of apocalypse. The first day of apocalypse, and then a week after that, and then a week after that, a week after that, everything is vanished. Everything is vanished. Everything is vanished. So, and then there's a scene of Ellie staring at the skull. What happened, right? And Joel said that it's how government deal dealing with infected by kill the uninfected one, the healthy people infected. All right. Yes. How the government dealing with the infected with the extreme way? It means that with killing. So this paper is finished. Okay. Because the episode 3 is just most of the scene for 90%. It's just content of Bill's flashback, and it's just a little giving a contribution to the series. Okay, now we are in Bill's flashback, right? So Bill's flashback. We know exactly that the Bill's flashback is not really giving so much contribution. So I'm just directly to the scene, directly where the scene there is Joel and also Tess, right? Okay, Joel. This is how Joel and Tess. This is how Joel and Tess know each other. And no, Joel and Tess know Bill and Frank. Because they like having a fine breakfast, right? It's like they having a steak, even though it's not in a good time, but it looks like they really enjoy it, right? And also the appearance of Joel and Tess, they still look good, not looks really fucked up. Maybe at this time Joel and Tess, they still trying their best to be a survivor, not turns into a bandit. All right. And then and also by almost of the end, no, by the almost the end of Joel Joel and Tess scene with Bill, Tess said that, no, the point of Tess dialogue is Frank is cooperative. Frank is cooperative. Frank is cooperative. Joel And also Joel trying to invite Bill. I'm sorry if I say it wrong in English. Joel try try to convince Bill to go with them, to go together, to go together. And then after that, the scene is back, just Bill, and Frank, right? And then after that, after this scene, we just directly head back to the Joel and Ellie now. Joel and Ellie in Bill's place. Joel and Ellie arrive in Bill's place. Ellie found a letter as information for us and also Joel. Take my food, take my supplies, use it to keep Tess safe. But because Joel in the woods, back in the woods scene, indirectly said that Joel doesn't want to talk about Tess. So when Ellie saw there's a Tess, she silenced to keep it Ellie silence, and then Joel said clear the letter, right, to keep Tess safe. And then oh yeah, and then after that Joel doesn't want to talk about Tess. Maybe because he's still on the grief. Doesn't want to talk about Tess. Still doesn't want to talk about Tess. Because also Joel is still close himself from stranger. That stranger is Ellie. Joel is still close himself to Ellie. Alright? And then after that, oh yeah, because also not just Joel, not just because Joel's still thinking Ellie is a stranger. Joel still consider her as a burden, not a cargo. And then Joel said that don't show your wounds when we go to Wyoming, because people doesn't thinking that long, they will shoot you. And then Ellie found a gun, and she just directly hide it, because if she reported to Joel won't give that gun to her. That gun will be kept and used by Joel. And then we saw that in the basement room. Let's say that a basement or Bill's room. In Bill's room, his specific room, there is computer and also guns, right? Dude, it's so many. No. Yes, it's also about gun. Ellie, Joel still doesn't want to give Ellie a gun because of Joel is not trust Ellie yet. Joel doesn't trust Ellie yet. That's why he don't give her a gun. And then they taking a shower, and then they leaving. And then that's the end of the third episode. It's so little the contribution because of maybe you heard the controversy of third episode, right? All right. Now we are directly expand to episode 4. The episode 4, it's kind of deep. It's kind of deep because the dialogue the dialogue means so many subtext. Last of Us HBO episode 4. Episode 4. Okay. The opening, I wrote it. I wrote it wrong. In the opening, Ellie is staring herself in the mirror and also acting like she's holding a gun, and also shoot the gun. And then at the same time we saw that Joel is Joel look for a gasoline. Look for a gasoline. Look for a gasoline. And then there's a joke book. Okay, you might be think this this joke book scene like, oh, it's just a joke book scene, it means nothing to us and also to Joel and Ellie, but actually it has something, it has a meaning by that joke book. You know what? The joke book means it's another effort to get closer by emotional close. This is another effort of Ellie and also by the scriptwriter and also the director. Emotional. Ellie tried to build an emotional closeness through through a jokes. Yes, this is the meaning. This is the meaning of Ellie throwing a jokes to Joel. All right, and then after that they are back in the road in the road in the road in the road they are talking about mm, oh yeah, talking about truck. Hey, what is that truck? Oh, the truck is used to clean the road for the tank. Oh, tanks! I want to see the tanks, and then at this truck also, because it's an adaptation following to the game. In truck there's a city. No, actually, no, actually it's not a city, but what is it? Tape. Yes, a music tape. There's a music tape, and also the magazine, right? The game magazine, just like in the game. 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 And then Joey and Ellie, yes, hold your horses. I want to see what this fuss is about. And why it's stuck together? I'm just fucking with you, man. And Ellie throw out the magazine, and then, mm, yes, from after this magazine, you know what? This isn't that bad. After that, they decided to keep on driving, to keep keep on driving. I want to I want to apologize in in the previous episode breakdown, the first episode and the second. You might be thinking like, why is this breakdown? No, there's no depth. It's like I'm retell what I saw in the season in the series, right? Yeah, I'm sorry. At that time, I just talking about, I want to making a breakdown video for you, but it turns out after I try to remember that, oh, it's like I just retell the story to you. Meanwhile, you can watch this series is over and over again. So in this series, in this episode, I'm going to this breakdown is more detailed, has a depth, so the video going to be take longer than usual. Maybe it's going to be an hour duration. So that's back. And then they keep on driving until finally Joel decided to stop. Decided to stop, and then they are in the woods. They are in the woods having a dinner. Having a dinner, uh, trying to sleep, and then Ellie asking about, is it possible that the raiders is going to be found us, right? And also the infected, and also Ellie said that because they can see a smoke and infected is not that smart, okay? And then uh, and then Ellie also talking about jokes. Yes, another jokes. Like I said, this jokes meaning is an effort to build an emotional closeness. Emotional closeness. Trying to build an emotional closeness by a jokes. And then uh, Joel decided not to sleep, but he decided to stay awake. He decided to stay awake. So if you think Joel keeps stay awake just because of his anxiety of what Alice said about raiders and also the infected, by subtext meaning is Joel is begin to have a feeling, having a feeling having a feeling to Ellie, because there's no way that if someone care if someone care if someone and also stranger, there's no way that you want to stay awake just for a stranger you didn't know, right? So it must be he have some feeling. So in this case Joe, it means that Joel started to grow a feeling to Ellie, and that's why he stay awake maybe, and even though in the end he is sleep as well. And then yes, another the jokes and also the jokes and also Joel stay awake is another form of trying to build an emotional closeness. And then in the morning, hmm, oh, wait. Oh yeah. And then after that in the morning, in the in the morning, they just having a little chat that, oh, you don't like coffee in the morning, and also in the road morning, and also in the road, it's another info info of Joel that info of Joel loves coffee. Joel loves coffee. What is that? It smells like a burnt shit. But Joel keep on sip that coffee. It means that Joel love it. And then Ellie asking about Tommy. Oh yeah, this dialogue is it's good, man. This dialogue about Tommy is trying is another effort of Ellie trying to approach Joel by emotional, by touch his brother. Okay, so this is another effort to get closer emotionally, right? Hey, what is your brother name? Tommy, younger or older? He's younger. He's younger than me. He trying to be a hero in the 18. He trying to to join Navy. army and trying to join Fireflies. He wants to be a hero to save the world. And then also, no, it's just a so information. Joel asking about, no, oh yeah, I just mentioned it. Joel start to tell about Tommy. Joel trying to tell about Tommy, who is he, his character also. And then the meaning of Joel telling about Tommy to Ellie, it means that it's a little bit open. It's a little bit open to stranger, because why would you tell about your family to stranger, right? It's not proper, man. If you really care about your family, you love them, you're not going to tell them to stranger, right? And then after that, the Tommy characters, and also Tony tried Tommy ever tried to convince you to join Fireflies. And also at that time, that's the first time Joel met with Tess and also Marlene. And also, how about Tommy joined to Fireflies? And also we also know that Joel is love Tommy so much, because how about if you don't find him, I will find him because I'm persistent. And also, Joel said that you're not a family, you're a cargo. At this time, Joel still consider Ellie. Joel still consider no, right, okay. Joel still Joel still consider Ellie is a cargo, even though he's a little bit open, right, to stranger. Because also because we heard that, no, you're a cargo, and I also promise the test. So if you realize that, if why I talk and then cut silence for a while, because I read the analyze in my phone. If I just making the breakdown is based on my memory, it's not going to be that good. So that's why I create a note on my phone. So that's why after I writing, and then I stop for a while, I'm reading the breakdown, the analyze on my phone. Okay, after a long of dialogue, Joel said that you wake up early, you can sleep if you want to. And Ellie said that I'm not even tired, and then she fell asleep. And then Joel decided to turn around. It's meaningless, and also fight the raiders, attack by the raiders, and also fight the raiders. It has meaning. The meaning, you can exactly, there's no subtext meaning behind it. And also, uh Brian, the Brian scene. Okay, this Brian scene, an info of Joel. He's not a good people, not a good not a good people. Just like in the second episode, Tess mentioned, Joel and I are not a good people. And then after that, Ellie saved Joel. Ellie saved Joel. Ellie saved Joel. Okay. This is good. This when Ellie trying to save Joel, it's a gate. It's a gate of trust. Gate of trust. Gate of trust for Joel. Trust Ellie, because Ellie is stranger and she is a cargo, not a family. Okay. And then after that, uh, Joel asked Ellie to hide, and then Joel killed Brian. to it the scene of Joel kills Brian. It means to inform us that actually Joel is not good people. He's ruthless, cold-blooded. And then and then when and then when they enter somewhere safe inside 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 Ellie's place, inside, let's say it, what is it, let's say it's somewhere, let's say it's somewhere safe, somewhere safe, it's somewhere safe. We saw that after Joel is inside, he stares at Ellie until Ellie said that, yeah, I'm fine, I'm okay. So what should we do next? It's the stare of Joel, meaning the stare of Joel's. It's trying, like I said, a gate of trust, a gate of trust, trust, trying to trust stranger, because if not, Joel would have been dead, right? That's their meaning is a gate of trust for Joe to trust Ellie, because Ellie is cargo and also she is a stranger, not a family. And then and then we jump, and then we jump to, and then we jump. There's a good character, a Kathleen. It's a clever adaptation from game to TV show. Okay, let's talk about a little bit from the from the game. So okay, in the game, after Joel is deceived, almost deceived by the bandit, he he crash on a store and fight the bandit, right? And when we fight the bandit, it's like, oh, it's just a bunch of bandit, there's no leader in it, right? So the adaptation created not Joel against a bandit, but I want to say it's a bandit, but actually it's a people. It's a people of people. Maybe they used to do, oh yeah, these people are used to be oppressed by Fedra, so they name their force, their army is people. Yes, people with the real meaning of people. So the leader of this people's group is Kathleen. So the character of Kathleen is, the first of all, she's the leader. Okay, she's the leader, and also a good contribution of Kathleen is, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Pleasure for what? It's a good pleasure. It's a good pleasure for in episode 5. Pressure in episode 5. It's really clever, man. We created a new character as Kathleen, the leader of People's Army. Yes, it's a good leader. I'm going to mention Kathleen in the next episode of when I'm break down the 5th episode. Okay, so after that we saw Kathleen. The character of her is cold blood. She's a cold blood because she murdered her doctor. She murdered her doctor, and also we saw that after the doctor said that I'm your doctor, the look, the stare of Kathleen's, it's a symbolic because after the doctor said that I'm your doctor, the camera are close just to her eyes. It means that by the cinematographical, it's trying to inform us something, but in my point of view, it's like maybe she's like, oh, it's just pass by in my mind. Maybe it's like, oh, you are my doctor, the one who helped my mother deliver me. I guess I guess that's a meaning. And then after that he go out, right? He go out where he saw Brian are killed, and also someone are also dead too. From her dialogue, what is it? Kathleen is looking for her brother, looking for her brother, looking for her brother, and also look for Henry, look for Henry, and also the information if why Henry why Henry it's like he's like most wanted. It's like why Henry it's like he is most wanted by the dialogue of Catherine, Kathleen, not Catherine. Okay. After that, let's make uh, let's make a boredom. Okay, in the store. In the store, the meaning of the dialogue is to thinking how to get out, how to get out, and then Ellie said that we go to the tallest building. We go to the tallest building. Yeah, that's our destination. We go to the tallest building, and also Joel start to concern about Ellie. So Joel he start to open. Joel is open to Ellie now, a little bit of Ellie because he concerned about Ellie's first feeling when is because she shoot people for the first time in that in that in that story because Tess wait. From the first episode until the fourth episode, I guess I haven't said that. Oh yeah, and also Ellie said that it's not my first time to kill people if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, right? Okay. After that, oh yeah, the meaning of the dialogue is again, like I said, emotional closeness. Emotional closeness. An emotional closeness, and also you saw that Ellie is wipe her tears like it means symbolically it's like, oh, Joel is like start to care about me. I guess that's in my opinion. And then after that, oh yeah, finally Ellie is Ellie is having a gun. Finally, Ellie is having a gun. Like I said, it means that Joe now Joel now is trust Ellie because Joel give her a weapon. Yes, it's the the gun as a property. I think it's a good function. You want to trust someone, but with a very specific way. In this case, a lot of us are for survive. You give stranger a cargo, someone who's not your family, a weapon, a tools for you to survive in this condition. It's a good symbolical to trust someone. Okay, and then uh after the store, after the store scene, a hideout, a Henry's hideout. This Henry's hideout, it means it's just an info of of Henry that he used to hide. He used to right here, and then from this we go to basement. We go to basement. The basement scene. the basement scene, it's a little bit pressure to for Kathleen, for Kathleen, a little bit of pressure for Kathleen. So what pressure? Indirectly, indirectly, the stylist that wanted to tell us that, hey, Kathleen, Kathleen is looking for Henry, but at the same time, they also having unfinished business. This basement, because when they saw that the road is cracked and it's also like a wave, we're going to take care of this later, right? It means that they also have a pressure. They have to find they have to find Henry, and also at the same time after they find Henry, they have to take care of this creature in basement. And then now we are in the okay, the tallest building, the tallest building, the tallest building. Okay, in this tallest building, a dialogue of Joel is also raiders. Back in that time, Joel is also raiders, and Ellie said that. So you also taking the life of innocent people, and Joel is just silence. Maybe, in my opinion, and also by the instinct of human how to survive. If you in context that you have to survive, that sometimes that you have to sacrifice your conscience, man. In other side, you want to maybe you want to him you maybe you want to keep them alive, but we don't know about in survival condition, right? When we are in survival condition, especially we need food, it's we like an animal, man. We're going to fight someone, to kill someone just for food. So in this scene, when also Ellie asking that I assume that Joel is also kill an innocent people, because in the game, so you kill innocent people too, and Joel just said, I'm gonna take that as this. Take whatever you want that's in the game, and then uh, in the floor 36 or 56. Oh, fine. Let's say that in the floor in the floor 36, where they are sleeping, right? Okay. First of all, they are going to sleep, and then also Joel also is someone who what is it? Always prepare, like I said, always prepare. That's why he make an alarm. An alarm? Always prepare. Always prepare. That's why he create an alarm by breaking the glass, right? And it's also about planting information of Alice flashback. But I'm kind of forgot the what flashback of what Alice flashback. Alice flashback, and also the question of life, question about life. At your age, you have to face this, and also Ellie ask that, is it going to be easy when you get older? Not really. uh, it's the For me, the question is kind of philosophical. Moreover, in that condition is you are on apocalypse, and you have to do literally anything just for survive, for the sake of survive. Okay, and then oh yeah, also jokes. Another jokes. It's also good. Like I said, emotional closeness. It's a good gate of emotional closeness. Moreover, the position is really good in these jokes to is a gate of emotional closeness, and also at the same time you are in condition of when you are tired. Sometimes when you are tired, man, there's a random thoughts and also a random thinking or even random words that sounds not really funny, but it makes you laughing because of what? Because of you tired, man. Because of you tired, and also your brain needs something to relax. So sometimes when you're really tired, you just wanted laughing. You just wanted to laughing to something that's not funny at all. Maybe to some dead jokes, that the dead jokes is not funny at all. But to you, when you are tired, it sounds really funny because of you need an entertainment. You need an entertainment for your brain, and that's why you're laughing. And the position of this, it's really good, man. It's really good. I love it. And then when they wake up, they are threatened by Henry and Sam, and that's then that's it, man. Oh man, and that's it, man. This is the breakdown of The Last of Us HBO on episode 4. Yeah, the breakdown is not finished yet. I'm sorry. The breakdown is not finished yet. We still have 5 episodes left, and I'm going to make a comparison between the game and also the series. I don't know if I can make the Last of Us HBO masterclass, because oh, maybe the masterclass that I'm going to create is the adaptation masterclass. I want you to know that what is the difference between what is the difference? No. Why The Last of Us HBO TV show and also the game it's so different. I'm going to create uh, an adaptation masterclass, so you know exactly what happened, and you know exactly why the game is like this and also the TV show like this. So thank you guys if you're watching my breakdown from the first minute until last minute. If you're also watching my The Last of Us Part 1 breakdown, The Last of Us Part 2 breakdown, and also my masterclass, thank you so much. I see you in the next episode. Goodbye.